Back in week 1, the Mounties lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Voyagers. Can Honolulu finish the sweep? Find out next on EA Sports.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Up next, it's our main event between the visiting team and our home team. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and the NFL playoffs are finally upon us. We don't know who the teams will be just yet, but one thing we do know, partner. These NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 36-yard line.
From the 36. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Brown on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Typically, the only way you're going to stop a fullback on a short yardage situation is to stop him before he could ever get started.
The Voyagers getting ready to punt this skyward. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. They get to him and bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He's going to throw this one. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Setting up the screen. Jukes out a one-stop. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have it, 2nd and 4. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives them the 1st. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That one gains 7. And it'll give him a 1st down. Setting up a throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And they'll have 1st down. So it's the 2-minute warning from Honolulu. The Voyagers, eager to get some points on the board. Back now, pressure on its way. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown! The Voyagers get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They'll throw on first. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To throw here on first down. Dumps it off to his running back. Racing down the left side. He does it. Touchdown. The Mounties earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Well, Brock, I think you and I both saw that one coming together from up here, and it became clear pretty quickly that if they got things going, that one could go the distance.
Yeah, the 6 points earned on any screen pass touchdown. I'd give half a point to the sell job of a quarterback, half a point to the effort of the running back, but 5 of those points to the big guys in front of them. They're the most important ones out there on that play, and in the best of times, they clear lane for a touchdown just like that one.
That one right down the middle. And the Mounties tie this game 7-7. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. And we're down inside 50 seconds to play. Enough time to at least get into field goal range. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And we'll see what they do here on second down. He'll look to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Throwing now on first down. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good. 2nd and 10 now. Hits him on the in route. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Before the snap on 3rd and 2, they call time. Looking to the air here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. New set of downs for him from the 46. Pass play on 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Pass play now. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. So we're to the half in this NFC Wild Card contest. Now let's get you back to the contiguous U.S. and over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman there with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. This, the second of our 2 games here on this Super Wild Card Saturday. We'll get it back out to you two in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one. And it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
Now a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter first down. Man in motion here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up first down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Fired in there and caught. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be a first down.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Play action on first down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So second down coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Connects on the crosser. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On second and less than a yard. He completes it in traffic. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's a toss headed right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Line of scrimmage once again, that 7-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. Back to throw now. Cut near the goal line. And in for the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Mounties break that tie and now lead by 7. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Let's go now. Looking to throw. Complete over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's the 2-minute warning here from Honolulu. Mounties feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Right up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Back to the well again. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Putting a receiver in motion. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Mounties are your winners as we say aloha from Honolulu.